Welcome back, Ink Chasers, to a very special Father's Day version of my collection. And one thing that's special about it is it's not my collection. This is my son Oliver's collection. I know you guys have seen Daniel run around, my little 4-year-old. He's my youngest. Oliver is my oldest, who is 7. Oliver, my wife and I have decided that because of his condition and he can't say yes or no that he wants to be on a video, we're not going to have him on a video until we see that it's appropriate and we want to do it. You know, we're going to think about it. So I will show you a picture of him here in just a minute. But Oliver has cerebral palsy, which and overall he is quadriplegic. He's in a wheelchair. Although he can use his limbs individually, he's more focused on weak trunk, so he can't hold himself up. So I would like to. He's 100% cognitive. He knows everything that's going on. He can communicate with. He's starting to learn to use a communication device and things like that. But it's usually he's nonverbal, so a lot of more just tones and grunts and very few words. But he does say a couple words, but they're hard to hear unless you're around him all the time. But he loves baseball. He was at the game last night with us, and he was just cracking up. He, as I've said before, he loves Jose Trevino mainly because he came out and played with him in the Miracle League, where he plays bowling, he does baseball and soccer. So he's my little athlete right now because he's doing more athletic stuff than Daniel actually does. But he loves baseball, and he loves more watching people hit. He doesn't care who's batting. Long if they hit the ball, he's giggling and laughing. So we've got some great videos of that. That if we decide to show him, we might show you at some point. But I do have a picture that I'll show you of him. This is, and I swear he did not knock his teeth out with this bat. But this bat here is the one that I kind of mentioned in one of my other videos, where San Antonio Missions player River Stevens, which they were playing the Mission last night. Unfortunately, River is in Arizona on rehab because he's separated his shoulder, so he's out for a few weeks. But River gave him this bat. I'm going to try and get it in as much as I can. It is game used. There's tons of pine tar. It is broken and splintered, and if I can get it in here, he did sign it. You can kind of see it, but it is signed black on black. So it is hard to see, but actually it's showing up really well with the lights here. So this is Oliver's bat. This is, well, I'll say I have one game used bat from someone else that I'll show it another time, but this is our family's second, which is Oliver's only game used bat. And he's also got the cleats that he was given last night that we showed. But definitely, I'll leave a link down to River's page. He's got a YouTube channel that is really good. During the season, he doesn't put as many videos out as during the off season, but he does do a lot of, he's a minor league player. He gives you a lot of insight, tells you a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on with minor leagues. Another thing that he's got is this baseball signed by Tommy Field. Tommy was with the Rangers for a little while. After the Rangers, he went to Detroit. I think he was in Detroit. Maybe he was in the Kinsler trade. I can't really remember when he went to Detroit, but he bounced around a few other teams, and I was actually looking to I've been trying to pin down and get a letter to him or something, but he, as of this year, retired. So if anybody has a address or a way of contacting him out there, please contact me. Let me know, because I really need to give him a thank you letter. We went to a Ranger game It's a few years back. I think if I remember, it was probably 2015, maybe. Um, and Oliver got to go out on the field and watch some batting practice. And Tommy came over and talked to Oliver and really had a good time. Oliver had a good time with him, and he gave him a baseball. Now, before we got to go on the field, they told us do not ask for autographs. That it's not allowed because this is something special that they were doing. So we obliged. We did not even ask. He gave him. It was just a BP ball that we got, or I say we Oliver got. And matter of fact, I think he ended up with like 8 or 9 BP balls that day. Um, a few, I think it might have been 2 months later, we went to Round Rock, which is just outside of Austin, where the Rangers AAA team is. Well, at this point, Tommy went back down. I think he was up because somebody was injured. He went back down. He was in AAA, and so we went by kind of where they come out in to go on the field, and a lot of players we were passing up players that were coming by signing autographs and some stuff, and a security guard was like, "Oh, who are you looking for?" I was like, "Well, really, we're looking for Tommy Field because Oliver met him, and we weren't allowed to get his autograph. We would like to see if we can sign the ball for him." The security guard took Oliver and I back to the clubhouse, in the not the dugout, in the actual clubhouse, and we got to meet Tommy. And Tommy remembered him. He signed the ball for him. So even though Tommy only has a handful, a little cup of water with a few teams in the majors, this is a very special ball to us for that reason. And this is another one that Oliver has on his shelf. Now, the other thing that Oliver collects are ice cream helmets. Now, I've been helping him with this from different places, so I'll show you some of those. These are, your typical, you go to a game, you get ice cream in it. Oliver loves ice cream. That's one of the few things he can eat. He's mainly tube fed, so he loves ice cream because it's soft and he can eat through it. So we've been taking these. Some of these were actually I've collected for years from, as a kid or whatever, because if I remember when I was a kid, you could buy the other teams, like the opposite team, the team that they're playing against, as ice cream helmets. Now, it's just the home team only. So if anybody out there has some of these or willing to get some from your home team, we don't care what team, let me know. I'll buy them from you. I'll pay for shipping, whatever, because we like to try getting them signed. So I'll show you some of these off. Of course, you Philly fans know I've been showing this Phillies one. We've got Hall of Famer Jim Bunning. It's kind of hard to see, but we got that one. This is a Yankees one. Lindy McDaniel. Lindy lives literally 15 minutes from our house, right down the street, in a small town. Super nice guy. He's been through. He's been on, I think, 2 All-Star teams. He's an older player, or was an older player. If any of you guys want some information on him, let me know. He's a great signer. He is starting to charge more because we were talking to him, and he's starting to get into some health issues, and old timers didn't make as much as the new guys do. So, but it's literally you can send 4 or 5 cards to get signed for $5 or $10 total. It's very cheap, nothing, and he always sends a little postcard picture with all of his stats and stuff on it as well. You got Boston signed by Bobby Doerr. This one obviously in the Bunning, I got TTM for him, and then this one, a guy I used to work with, his son played for the Reds, and so I got him a Reds hat signed and his name is Pedro Villarreal. He was a pitcher. He was up and down most of his career, and then he got some injuries. And I heard he's playing down in Venezuela somewhere. So, and next I will go with what we have the most of, Rangers, because they're our hometown, and Rough Riders. Actually, first one is This is Round Rock. We got this one at the Round Rock Express. This one is Wilder Rodriguez. Super nice guy. He played about 15 years bouncing around the minor leagues and never made it up until, I believe it was 2015, when the Rangers were like last place, stinking it up. And as a thank you, they brought him up in September because really their season was gone. Was it going to hurt? And he was retiring after that season. And they actually made a Topps card of him, and we've got that signed as well. But one of the things I forgot to mention to help with a lot of these, I got a little piece of masking tape on the inside with the names of who signed them, because as everybody knows, some of these autographs you can't tell who it is after a while. So, two of my old school Rangers helmets. Got Jim Sundberg, the old T, and Tom Grieve. And all of these are in person. So, we've got Rangers General Manager John Daniels. Let's see which one. Josh Bonifree. We got this one at FanFest. He's, I think, a training coach or something. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure. And non-players and managers, I was getting on this with this logo on it just because it's not, I don't know, it's not a playing helmet. We got the PA announcer for the stadium, Chuck Morgan. I'll try and go some of these pretty quick. This is TV analyst Jared Sandler. Rangers Hall of Fame broadcaster. He's in the Hall of Fame. Eric Nadel. He signed with his Hall of Fame inscription. He's got the mascot, Rangers captain. Then we've got, I'll kind of go through these pretty quick. I do have red and blue helmets, so some of them will be on both. Just depends on how many times Oliver's seen them. And for the most part, all of these people Oliver got in person as well. So they also signed multiple for him without throwing a fit like some people do. But here's Chichi Gonzalez, Sean Tollison. Trying to get the glare not on it. It's going to be Nick Tepesh. Let's see. This is Jason Hart. This is actually the Rough Riders hitting coach, but he played for the Rangers. Tom Wilhelmsen. What's this? Nick Martinez. And this is why I can say, some of these you can't really tell what they say because it doesn't really look like their names. But Robinson Chirinos, Rougned Odor, and that was right after he got his September call up. So here's the other Chichi Gonzalez, Andrew Kashner. Andrew Kashner had a good talk with Oliver. That was a good one. AJ Griffin. Their manager, Jeff Bannister. Delino DeShields. We try and get him on the bill because whenever he has them on his shelf, that we kind of like have one layer and then stack them up on another one, so it's easier to see. But some of the players just start signing right off the side. So there's Wilder Rodriguez on the Rangers, and then Tom Wilhelmsen on the blue. We really didn't have any cards for Tom Wilhelmsen, so we just got the helmet signed. And then we have, this is what the one of the current logos the Rough Riders have. This is Cody Edgy. I think now he's with the Marlins, maybe. There's his buddy Jose Trevino. And then this big stack, as you see, was all one game. We when we started doing the helmets, sent a message out through a message board trying to get helmets, and we picked up a bunch of helmets from just other fans in the area that we bought some from. So we took this to one game, and we went down by the field, and we got all of these at one game. And this is the Rough Riders old logo. And some of you guys will recognize some of these names because they're all in the majors now. But this is their manager at the time, Steve Buechele, ex-Ranger and current Ranger not batting coach. He's a first base coach. There's Wilder Rodriguez again. And some of these I don't remember. Francisco Mendoza. Ryan Borres. Michael De Leon. And this one, which is it's kind of hard to see, but this was on his first day. He just got called up that day. Nobody even really knew who he was. He came out, and he stopped and signed. It was his very first game. I wish I would have put that on there, but Theodore Martinez, Will Lamb, Kyle Lutzkart, or Lutzkar, I guess that's how you pronounced it. Hanser Alberto, who is their AAA, and he keeps going up and down. This one is Thomas Talis. I believe he was with Miami as well. JT Weiss. Trevor Adams. Now Ranger Keone Kela. Daniel's favorite, Joey Gallo. Nomar Mazara. Patrick Cantwell. Andrew Faulkner. I believe he's with the Orioles, maybe. Which one is this? Jared Hoying. He was with the Rangers up until this past year, I think. I'm not sure who he's with now. What do we got here? Jake Smolinski, who's now with the A's. Jared Eichhoff from Phillies fans. I think he's still with the Phillies. Might be getting him and Alec Asher mixed up. And then Nick Williams. So those are his those are his helmet collection. So those are the ones we're showing off today. He's got some other stuff, but those are for another video because we're already almost 20 minutes. But Oliver is, he's one of my pride and joys, just like Daniel. He's they're my buddies, they're my kids. So thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and again, thanks for watching.